Welcome back to the Director's Garage. We're rolling, people. I am your host and resident idiot, Michael, and today, folks, we're doing something special. You see, we've been given the opportunity to check out a headphone from someone who's been a pioneer in this hobby for many years. He got recognized for taking off-the-shelf products like the Kennerton Jollerhorn GH50 and the HiFiman HE-7DX and the R9 and modding them into headphones that punch above their selling price. I'm talking about my friend John Massaria and his JM editions. Well, now we have another JM edition, and it's designed by John himself from the ground up, and it's in this box right here. Now, what I love about John is that here's a guy whose passion for sound drove him to mod what was already on the market to get something he wants. And then he starts sharing it with all of us. Now, his passion swells to the point where he's now making his own stuff. That is so cool. And you can check out John's creations at jmaudioeditions.com. Now, I'm calling this a mystery box because I haven't seen this headphone. I have no idea what to expect. Is it open, closed, wood, metal, plastic? What kind of driver did he use? Will it be a detail king or a drama queen? Well, there's only one way to find out. Yeah, it's time to grip it and rip it.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I love doing these kinds of episodes because it's fun to explore this stuff together. I call this live action because I really have no idea what's in this thing. This is as new to me as it is for most of you, unless you happen to own what's in this box, in which case you can always check out what's new on Paramount Plus. All right, I think we're ready here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And now we got ourselves some foam and plastic and bubble wrappy stuff. But it appears that X marks the spot. Let's dig deeper. I like what I'm seeing already. I can see this reflective headphone logo in the case. That's a good sign. All right, let's pull it out. Okay, and there we go. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Fractal fiberglass porous carbon JM audio editions, it says on it. All right, well, it sounds pretty good to me. Let's check out what's in this case. Really nice case too, guys. This is fancy. This is what I would expect from like an Audeze or something. It's nice to see John coming out of the gate strong with the packing. And oh my goodness, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's a lot to investigate. Let's dig in. Look at this. This is the headphone itself. Check this out. I love this. Now this is an aluminum faceplate, it looks like, and it's some kind of CNC aluminum into this beautiful pattern. It's kind of a flower or sun pattern. Really like this. You've got the typical hinges on the side. Now, these kind of strike me as something Audeze was doing a while ago. They're not the beefiest thing, but I like that these hinges are metal here. That's always a good start. And then there's this sticker business up here. This is his logo, the company logo. I'd rather see this like engraved into the metal in some way to make it more permanent, because this is just a sticker. It's gonna peel off over time, I'm afraid. But it's got a metal band on the top, and then seems to be some pretty good grade leather underneath. It's kind of an in-the-middle build for me. He's got nice pads on this, though. I like this. This is like a velvet almost on the inside. I would think this is going to dampen down some bass. We're going to be interested to hear that sound impression when we get to it. Inside, check this out. He's got all kinds of different material between the driver and the ears. This is like a blue weave of some sort, and on the outside this is reminiscent of kind of something Abyss did, although it feels more flexible than the foamed aluminum that Abyss uses. Very interesting stuff John's doing. Now take a look on the bottom and you'll see these are 3.5 millimeter. any of your 3.5mm cables will work on this. I think the industry needs to condense down to two standards, 3.5mm and then the Audeze Meze ZMF standard. There's no excuse to go with anything else at this point. On the outside, you see this gorgeous wood lacquered cup. This is really nice. I'm a big fan of this. There's good texture here. This feels smooth. It doesn't feel like it's going to pick up a lot of fingerprints. Major props on the cups. But I think what's next is I got to try this thing on, don't you think? And then we'll see what they feel like. All right, let's see. Oh, these are comfy. These are really comfy. Now they're a little bit, yeah, I shrunk them up a little bit so they hang better, which is surprising. Usually this noggin needs something, but this feels really good and comfortable. I think these will get warm because they're so cozy. They're actually, when you look at them, don't they look like a set of earmuffs really with all this velvety material here? I gotta think this is gonna keep your ears nice and toasty on those winter days. All right, this is looking good. Let's check out what else is in this case though. All right, so these are spacers for the headphone. You get an extra set of ear pads. These feel like they are lambskin, if I had to guess. They could be vegan leather, but I think they're lambskin. They feel really soft, very comfortable. This is going to be my preferred pad, I think. And then over here you've got the cable, and now John is a cable whore. I happen to know this. Maybe it's a bad choice of words, but look at this. This is a weave, folks. It's a copper weave of 8 down to 4. This thing is a work of art. This thing's gorgeous. Look at the joining hardware. Just magnificent. And on the other end, you got yourself a 4-pin XLR. Very nice, very nice. I gotta say, you really brought it on the cable. I don't know if this is a premium upgrade or not, but I'm impressed. Down here, you've got something else. You've got another cable. Double cable situation, major score. All right, let's see what this is. This is a cloth wrapped cable and it feels really comfortable. I like these, that there's two options here. This is really cool. So you've got the weave, which is a longer cable. This appears to be a little bit shorter, but it's this nice cloth. What I like about this, these cloth cables tend not to be as microphonic, so big fan of this too. And then on the top of the case, check this out. It says, thank you for your purchase. This is the JM Edition's XTC Open Crafted Test Date just less than a month ago. 50mm beryllium dynamic driver, very nice. OCC wiring. I'm guessing that's going to cost a little bit of an upgrade. Check this out, cast basket, not stamped. N52 magnet. I have no idea what that means. And then it says 64 ohms at 114 dBs. That's going to be relatively easy to drive, it looks like. Defined bass with defined detailed tuning. Now, here's something I know about John's headphones. He does custom tuning on his headphones. When you buy something from John, he custom tunes it to your preference. So I'd be saying, John, crank that bass, buddy. And this is kind of fun down here. Do enjoy escaping deeply into your recordings with what we consider one of the finest headphones ever crafted at any price. Enjoy the music always. All right, I like that. And it's signed by John himself. And what a great case, by the way. This thing looks like a gorilla could throw it around and it's not going to hurt your headphone. Okay, we are wired and fired. I think it's time we hear what John Massaria has created here. And yeah, it's time for a director's garage sound impression, except no substitute.
Sound impression.
All right, I'm going to kick things off with Badfinger, and I'm going to be going to their album Straight Up. Now, Badfinger is one of rock music's greatest tragedies: Pete Ham, Tom Evans, Joey Mullen, and Mike Gibbons. They were hand-selected by Peter Asher and the Beatles as one of their headlining acts for their new record label, Apple Records, in the late 1960s. Now, their first hit was Come and Get It. It was written by Paul McCartney, and there's a banger Beatles version of that song floating around out there. Now, Paul recorded the single and made the band copy his version note for note, and it became a hit. Straight Up was their second album release. It was produced by Jeff Emmerich and Todd Rundgren. Not bad credentials for those two. And the vinyl version, I have a copy around here somewhere. It's in pretty high demand on the used market because in 1973, Apple folded and stopped production. Apple's implosion left the band starved for cash, and unfortunately, in 1975, Pete Ham committed suicide. Man, well, that's the Cliff Notes version. There's more to the story, but today we're going to be listening to a track called Day After Day, produced by George Harrison. Now, I'm going through the Enlium for this today, DCS Lena, and I'm put the Enlium on low power because I think these things are going to be pretty efficient if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out. Oh, I like the stage on these right away. These really have an expansive sound. Very efficient though. Like 10 o'clock is, whoa, loud. It's good. I'm getting the sense there's a lot of bass going on here. I hear a, oh, wow. Okay. I'm getting a very, very full sound out of this. This is a remix of this song, so it might be the mix, but what I'm hearing out of the gate is a tremendous stage and tremendous imaging. I mean, toms are doing this, and there's a huge, big decay on the vocal in the middle. This is a great song to start this out. There's a ton of energy in this. Very lively sounding headphone from the beginning. I'm really impressed with this. Oh, got some slam in here too. This is full. What a full sound. Oh, and it's got some gentleness to it. Drum roll. And you got some backing vocals that are kind of like coming up here, kind of raining in from two sides, and then the guitar solo down the middle. Drums are all over the spectrum here, all over the stage. And there's good detail. I don't think it's great detail, but I think it's good detail. My initial feeling out of the gate, and this is really interesting, I'm going to pause here for a second. I normally don't pause in the first song, but what I'm getting experience-wise out of these off the bat is it's very similar in experience to the Jallarhorn. Like, it actually has a lot of that quality to it. It's a very big sound, a very full sound, and it is a little bit on the commercial side, I think, because it's got a very compressed nature, but the stage really goes out there. Like, the stage really impresses me out of the gate. These things are also really warm. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it on my ears. Very, very impressive. This is like a Phil Spector experience. It's a wall of sound. I got to go to something that's a little more sparse. And to get to something that's a little less dense in material, I'm going to go to Autumn in New York. This is a Diana Krall sung version of the Vernon Duke song. Yeah. I'm not getting tons of detail from this. Like, I'm not hearing the fingers on the strings kind of thing. But I'm getting this warm experience with a larger-than-life bass. Like, in some sense, this is like the wrong track for this headphone. But that's why I chose it. I wanted to hear something that maybe shouldn't go with it. I'm still getting something out of this. It just seems odd to be cranking Diana Krall. Let's go to some ECDC because that's where I think this thing is going to be incredible. And let's just go to let's go to Back in Black and let's just check it out because I think this is the lane for this headphone much more than Diana Krall. Let's see. Oh yeah, just. This is a headphone with balls. It's a headphone that wants to get up in your face. Yeah. There's stuff just happening out here. It's presenting rock in a very fun way. This headphone is filling every area with something. And in that regard, there are some headphones I actually appreciate when it keeps things a little more separated. This is picking a space, but it's butting it up right against the other instruments playing. This is the lane, folks. This is amazing. Big, full-sounding guitars, drums bigger than life. The XTC is not for chilling and vibing. This is an aggressive headphone that engages you in the music. It's really fun. Let's do one more metal track, and I'm gonna go to When the Levee Breaks off of Zeppelin 4. This is iconic classic rock and great big sounds. Yeah, turn it up. Man, Bonham's drums, just bigger than life. They recorded this on an estate in England called Headley Grange, and to capture this massive thud, hammer of the gods sound, they put Bonham in this stairwell and mic'd it. Yeah, this is a huge song, a huge headphone. It's an easy mix. In fact, I want to do one other track on this. I want to go to some hip-hop. I want to hear what hip-hop sounds like. Let's go to some Eminem. And let's go to... I'm going to go to 8 Mile. The impact is huge. Big slam on this headphone. This is the first slam I've actually... like, slammy track I've listened to. It's huge. Big bass. What a fun experience. Yeah. This headphone has a way of moving you. You want to dance in these. Like, I want to get up and start, you know, just going. It's such a good time. Okay, I'm going to pause this right here. I'm going to pause this right here because I'm having a great time with these, and I think everybody should have a great time with these. I don't know what they go for, but I got to think that it's not going to break the bank, and I got a feeling that these are, you know, I like the Jollar horn so much, I'm inclined to say that these things are very much in line with what the Jollar horn costs. Now, as I recall, the Jollar horn was in the $1,500–$1,300 range, and let's just say I don't think that these should be any more than that. So with that, let's go to the website and check out how much these things go for. And we're looking for jmaudioeditions.com, and wow, they got a lot of stuff here, a lot of eye candy. This is really cool, guys. I like this website. Here they are, the XTC JM Audio Open Exotic Wood, and there's $7.99. Well, that's a great price. I was putting these at over $1,000, so I think these are a pretty good value for what they are. Now, they're not going to remind me of a HiFiman Aria. They're not in that lane. This is a different headphone. This is a fun headphone. This is not going to give you like all the details and all the things. This is going to allow you to rock out, have a great time, and get into the music. It's got a tremendously wide and energetic soundstage. I really enjoy that. I think that's great about these. Is this going to allow you to split your music apart? No, there's not enough definition like in the bass, nowhere near reference on these. These are very colored and very fun. And if you're into this coloring, I think you're in for a good time. I had a blast listening to these things. And I think it's so cool that somebody who started out just modding Joller horns has now made something that's in that lane, but at half the price of the Joller horn. And you get some great things with this. Extra pads and a ballistic missile case. I mean, this is some great stuff. A couple of cables. You're getting good value here. So would I like to see some things changed? Yeah, I would like to see the build get a little more robust here, and maybe you can't do that and keep the price down. I don't know. I would like to see something stamped instead of stickered, maybe a little more thicker leather up here, play around with some different materials. But I can tell you this, I would pay more if the build was stronger. I wouldn't have any problem going up to $1,000. I also noticed, by the way, speaking of $1,000, I also noticed on this website there is something called an XTC 2 right here. And this looks like it has a larger cup to it or something. It looks bigger. They look like bigger headphones. I don't know what the difference is here, but this is very interesting to me, and it's going for $1,000. So that tells me that there's something that's in his mind, at least the lineup. You can shoot higher and get into another headphone that's above this. I wonder what that does. I'd also like to hear if he had something that was in that more detailed area and less fun. It would be fun to hear if John can make something like that. I'm very curious about where he wants to go with this. I'd love to have a sit down with him sometime. But for now, I can just say, you can grab a pair of these and you're going to have a good time with them. They're just enjoyable and fun, and you can listen to your highest energy tracks on it. I was able to get these to perform with energetic jazz, but on slower jazz numbers and jazz singers and stuff like that, maybe not the way to go. I think these are right at home with your Led Zeppelins and your AC/DCs and rap. You could go to Jay-Z on this and have a blast. Snoop Dogg. I think you could also go to to any pop music. It's going to be a lot of fun with Bruno Mars. I could see this being a great set of headphones for that. So with that, I think John has created something really fun and entertaining, and it's also not going to break the bank for a change. On this show, that's a rarity. I gotta salute John Massaria. Now, next up, I have an IEM episode. It's another What's in the Box. I have more amps on the way, including a full review of the Enlium 23R, and we're going to do a shootout with my Bakoon 13R, plus amps from iFi and something I bought a long time ago. So the wait will soon be over, so make sure you are subscribed, folks. Don't miss any of this stuff, and give this episode a thumbs up if you're into this incredibly cool headphone from a true enthusiast in John Massaria, or you can do the other thing if you hate me even more. I can't say I blame you either way, and I will see you before you know it.